Okay. So today we will see the relevance of number sequence in any organization. So as you can see here, in any organization, they have their own format for numbering the various vouchers, various invoices, various orders. So all these things should be in particular format, so that when you send this invoice or this any document to the outside your organization, it can be easily identified. This is one objective of the number sequence format. Second objective is that when you book the invoices, when you book the expense journal or any journals, it has to be either sequential or it should be easily recognizable that okay, this is the purchase invoice, this is the invoice journal, this is the expense journal, this is the journal, this is the contra journal. So to identify, to make in sequential, we have to design the number sequence. So Microsoft has given the facility to design your own number sequence, and also given a facility to let system design the number sequence. So this is what we call about the documentation you will prepare. But when you use the system, there will be huge number of entries pass internally, and those entries need their own numbering also. For that purpose, Microsoft has designed a wizard which will generate the number sequence required for that legal entity. Once it is generate all the number sequence with particular format, then you can change that number sequence format as required. You understand what happened? There are 100, around 1000 number sequence required in one organization. So we are not going to create all 900 number sequence one by one. We need hardly 20 number sequence which is required for our organization to be designed. But what about others? So other number sequencing will be created by the wizard which we are going to run now. So to run the legal entity number sequencing wizard, go to the same again organization and administration, and you will find a number sequence over here. So just favoritize this and then click on the number sequence. So if you can see here in the number sequence, here is the number sequence code. Here is the name of the number sequence. Here is the smallest number. Here is the largest number. Here is the next number, and here is the format. So what it says, your number sequence code is like this. Then the name of the number sequence is like this. What is the first number we start with? What is the maximum capacity of that number sequence? And what is the next upcoming number? And then it is the actual number sequence format. When we say hash, means it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digit is the length of that number sequence. So while deciding the number sequence for any organization, you as a consultant, it is your duty to ask, okay, we have to design a number sequence for purchase order or purchase invoice. So what is your maximum numbers invoices get posted in a year? So if you see this is all depends on the organization base. One organization may say, okay, we have around 5,000 invoices in a year. If it is 5,000 means how much, what should be the capacity of your number sequence? It should accommodate at least 9,999. So it means you can definitely go till 9,000. You cannot give directly, okay, it's 5,000, then I will give 1 to 5,000. No, it must be having capacity to update or to add more numbers always. It can be 6,000, it can be 10,000, we don't know. So your number sequence should not fail. So your maximum capacity should be as required. It should not very high, but it should be as required. So you have to ask your um, the ERP head or the finance manager. Okay, boss, we are giving the number sequence max capacity is 5 digit. So you can have 99,999 numbers in that format. They said, okay, this is more than enough. So that's what we have to design the largest and the number length of the number. So this is what about the major things about the number sequence, how to design as a consultant, what is your duty, what is your ask. Now how to create is the thing. Here is the number sequence and then you have to here click on the generate. So click on the generate. It will check all the legal entities available in this environment and how many number sequence needs to be created. It will take little time. So let it be generate. Till that time, what I will teach you how to create a manual number sequence. So go here. We can have a duplicate tab so that we can work parallelly. So again, you have to go to the same option, that number sequence. I am creating a new number sequence. So I will say new number sequence here. Instead of generate, I will use number sequence. Now this is, for example, a invoice journal. So maybe purchase invoice. So I will give number format as code is at a PUR and INV. Then I will give a name. Then here is the scope parameter. So now number sequence can be shared. Number sequence has to be private or maybe for the company or legal entity only. So in the scope, if I add here, before scope we should add scope parameter shared. Okay. If I say it's for only company or only for legal entity, so it will be available for that legal entity which you select here. Select this legal entity. So automatically system will design one format. Legal entity this, constant dash and alphanumeric 9 digits. This is the system as designed. But as I said, we need only 5 digits. So what you have to do, you need to remove this 5 digit, 5 hash, few hash, and then keep only 5 hash. Now you don't need always in your purchase order to be print OLA. You want to print some constant, like this is a purchase invoice, so you can say PI and then slash. This is your requirement and you don't need this OLAA, so you can also remove this or you can have slash. So what is happened here, this slash is not required. Here you can use the slash. So your number will be now like this, OLAA slash PI slash this. Okay. If your organization says we don't need this OLAA, so then what you will do, you will just remove this. So as per requirement, you have to update your number sequence. If your organization say I want number first, so you can just move this up. The number first and then this number. So in that case, you need slash over here and not here. You understand how to play with this? You can have additional constant if you want. You can just add one more constant, alphanumerical. Then again, if I want legal entity and then legal entity I want down. See this format. So whatever the format you want, you can design for your organization and set up the number sequence. This is your own number sequence format. Correct? So for now, I just give PI slash and then number and just remove this. Next, coming to the next, reference will be picked automatically when we attach this number sequence to transaction. So this number sequence we will attach later. Then there is a setup called, if whenever it is already started using, it will say used, already in use. Right now it is not in use, it is say no. When we post anything, it will automatically say yes. When you say manual, so what is the importance of manual? If you click manual, so this format, this number will be updated manually. It will not come automatically. Like if you say continuous, so system will take first, second, third, fourth automatically. So if you say continuous number sequence, automatically it will take the next number, available number. Okay. So when you say manual, you have to enter your own. Correct. Either you can select manual or you can select continuous. If you don't want that number sequence to be used, you can just click on stop. So it will no more available for the system. Then allow user change to lower or gain is if user is updating those numbers, but they don't want, you don't want them to allow to the lower number. They should select only higher number. In that case, you have to select this to the lower number or this. If you say continuous manual continuous, okay. So numbers will be continuous and you cannot go to the lower number. So it will not allow you to go lower number. So allow user changes. So what you are saying continuous hai, but you want to allow to go to the previous number also. We'll see this actually, how lower end number and higher will be used. Okay, generally it is not useful for any number sequence, so we don't use this. Mostly either it is continuous or manual, and these are all just to say that whether it is in use or it is stopped. So if you have given 5 digit over here, you also give 5 digit over here, means 5 nines only here. It will tell, okay, this is your largest number. Auto cleanup will not needed now. Performance is not needed now. Okay, just save this. It will be saved in your number sequence list, PURINV. Okay, where we have to use this, we will see when we attach this number sequence. Then here we have a status list. This is very important to know purpose of status list in the as a consultant. Sometime what happened, you are posting some transactions and suddenly the transaction is failed, and now there are multiple people using the same journal, and he is trying to post some transaction where he got the next number, but he said no, the previous transaction is not posted, so I don't want my next number to be come over here. So what system will do, the unposted transaction will be appear here, and if you want you can remove that transaction from here, so that system will go back and set up your next number automatically. Instead of that next number, it will roll back and it will, you can set up the number as you require. We'll see in practical, but this is the important part, the status list. So now, is this clear till now? How to create the manual number sequence? Hello,
Yes,
am I audible?
yes.
Okay, great, thank you.
I
Now
have
we'll
a
see
question.
that what happened to our, yeah, you are saying something?
Yes, I wanted to ask. Now, you just showed us how to create a manual number sequence, right? But
Correct.
at the same time, you said there could be, or there is up to like 1,000 number sequence out of the box from
Yeah,
Microsoft, right?
yes,
So we can use the out of the box if the client we are working as a functional consultant doesn't have a complicated number sequence requirement, right?
correct.
Or if they do have a specific or unique number sequence requirement, that is where we need to do the manual one that you just showed us, right?
Yeah. So what we will see here now, let's, the first step is that we have to run the wizard. Okay, after running the wizard, we can also change the number sequence. We'll see this. Okay, now this is the number sequence wizard, which shows that there are 245, 242 number sequence. So just press the next step, just go to the, this is welcome, setup and complete. So go to the next. In the next list, you will see all the available, or system is now going to create these number sequence. So why it is showing for multiple legal entity? So this is the legal entity which is created by someone where number sequence is not assigned. This is the new legal entity created by now, and it is number sequence is not assigned. This is the legal entity created and not number sequence not assigned. So all this legal entity system will generate in one go. Correct? So what we have to do, our legal entity is only this one. Why should we touch to the other legal entity? So you can do one thing, you can just select this and then you filter with this, like BUZH I don't want. So I just select this. So all the number sequence related to this are here, which I don't want to create. It is others. You just select all these things and then I can remove scope from format, or you can say delete also. So whatever the mark will be deleted. So it will not create for that. Again, I will go here, or I can also say like this, does not contain. I will go other way. So these are all other than the OLA, correct? So I will just select this and then delete this, because I don't want to create any number sequence for other legal entity in the same organization. So I have removed that number sequence from my list of wizard. There are a lot of number sequence is supposed to create when you run the wizard. So when you become a consultant, you will have only one legal entity. You create a new legal entity, you run the wizard. Simply there will be only one, and then you say yes, yes, next, 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 and it will be create. If you have multiple legal entities in one organization, you need to run, you have to create the legal entities first and run the wizard at one go. Is this clear, guys, that relevance or importance of number sequence is very much important while designing the number sequence format? There could
Yeah.
be there could be a debate always happen that okay, my number sequence wanted a lot of information. I want company code, I want the journal type, I want the it's a debit note or it's a credit note. So while designing or capturing all these things, it will be a huge number, which is also not suggested. So we have to be moderate and should be specific to the one which fulfill the requirement. Now if you look, I have these all number sequencing which required for this legal entity, and then if you say next, if you look here, there are 28 in payable, 23 in receivable. Like that, all number sequence is there which will create by system. And then once you done this, you just say finish. Okay. So what I did, I have created the number sequence for this legal entity, and now numbers are available for this legal entity. Now the relevance of number sequence. Every module, for example, I go to the accounts payable and go to the accounts payable parameter. Go to the payable parameter. So in every module's parameter screen, you will find a number sequence. This is related to the payable now. Okay. So what happened here? By default, vendor account system has defined this number sequence for this organization, and the code is ACCO21 this, and if you click on that link, it will take you to the number sequence format. And you can see that number sequence code is designed by system, name is given, company is this, format is this. So most of the number sequence format will be like that only. This is the standard format given by the wizard. You go here, for example, a payment voucher, click on this hyperlink. You will see again the code number is different, format is same, correct? But here if you look here, they have given 9 digit, and the starting number is this and ending number is this, the next number is this. So this is given by the system. Now if you say no, my payment voucher is different, I don't want this format, my vendor account should be manual, I have to put manually. What you need to do, either you have to let the number code will be as it is, but inside the number format you can edit this. Instead of changing this, just go to the edit this number and you can give okay, this is my vendor account, or yes, vendor. And then in your this thing company, you don't want this, so you remove this and you want VEND slash, and you have max to max 6 digit vendor, and you want manual, or you keep it continuous also. Instead of manual, just keep it continuous. Next number is 1, and this is the how many digits again? 6. Okay, this save. So whenever you create a new vendor, now it will be create like VEND slash 0001. Next will be VEND 0002. What we did, we have check vendor account and then see what numbers code is attached to that, and we go on there and change that format. Similar way, whatever the numbers here use for credit note, there is number, then there is a payment, you will find prepayment is there. Okay, so these are all number sequence given for that particular transaction, which one by one when you start using that and you want to change the format for that, you can change that format from here. So this is available for all the modules. If you go to the receivable module, you will find in the parameter screen, collapse all, and then go to the setup and then parameters. This is account receivable parameter. And here also you will find number sequence. in customer account, if I want, I just click here, go here, and I can say this is customer account. Instead of company, I don't want to remove this as a constant. I said I may have more customers, so I will give one more hash. So it's 7 digit now. So I want to give 7 lines and then save. Understand how to how to run the wizard, and then what is the relevance of that number sequence, how system generate the number sequence, how to change the format, and then sometime we need our own number format. Then also we can drop down here, and we found that number sequence from here, and then we can attach that code here. We will see this when we create the journals. Okay.
I have two questions.